Welcome back to TGW, everyone, and well, what we see is right now with the match just starting, Pugtato versus Mr. JT and Clark Bros doing a 2v1 to prove his dominance to Mythical, and I guess to show that he is not scared of Mythical defending the champion. I'm joined by my co-host Pig Scott and Adrian Matt.
Hello guys, I'm Pig Scott. I'm the new commentator for TGW, and here we go. We have the guy Pugtato, who is basically 2v1ing these two Rocket League players in TGW, just showing his dominance here as he does not get the goal, but like he said, it's a 2v1 because champion could not be here today fight. So he is practicing, as we can see, to see how well this might be a preview of the actual championship.
Well, anyway, I was just going to say, it looked like you were kind of startled there, Pick Scott. I know it's your first night, but let me put it this way. Pugtato's here for one reason. He wants to send a message to the champion. Who's the champion? Mythical, who actually defeated Echo a couple of weeks back in TGW. He's the current champion. Now, Pugtato tonight wants to send an emphatic statement. He wants people to realize that he can be taken seriously. So what did he do? He requested this 2-on-1 match so he can send a message to the champion.
Yeah, this is a very interesting matchup because, a 2v1, the odds are definitely stacked against Pugtato, and, if he ends up winning this, it'll definitely send a message to Mythical saying,
come on, Bland, wait a minute. Listen, of course he's going to end up winning this. This guy's a hacker in my eyes. I mean, this guy's actually doing things that are not possible on Rocket League. I don't care what anybody says. I called this match last week a fluke.
And
I understand that he's going to be joining
there.
us.
So, Adrian,
That's two.
So what do you feel about this goal? You still think he's cheating after this one?
Yeah, I think it's fluke. I mean, I don't think this guy isn't championship worthy. Okay, that's my mind. I think this is ridiculous.
How do you think these alleged cheats are going to work in the actual championship?
Well, hopefully Mythical is going to have some very, very good strategies to try to combat the power that Pugtato possesses.
Dang,
and
you got some
Bland can call this one.
Pugtato, as it's another
Pugtato making it 3-0.
Pix Bland is the play-by-play announcer, by the way.
26 seconds left, making it 3-0 against Mr. JT and Clark Bros. And obviously a show of dominance in the very early part of the match. And like I said, this is showing, Mythical that he's not scared to take the champion from him. And Mythical could watch his stream and really study Pugtato's plays to maybe get prepared for what's coming up.
I mean, if you're Mythical, you have to be studying. You have to make sure that you're going to be taking notes, as Mr. JT just scored for the first time here. Now, I actually have a question for my broadcast colleagues here. I mean, are you guys proud of Pugtato anyway? I mean, are you guys actually happy that he's going to be entering into the championship realm against Mythical down the pipeline? Are you guys actually happy for Pugtato?
I'm not saying I'm happy for Adrian. I just think if the guy has the talent, he should get a fair chance. And as we seeing, he's winning this. He's winning this 2v1. You saying these alleged cheats?
That's not impressive.
He's showing this of a 2v1. These guys are all right. You can see them. They're moving the ball well. But Pugtato is showing that he possibly sending a message to the champion.
And he just scored right there, Bland.
Pugtato is scoring, making it 4-1 with only 2 minutes. With 2 minutes and 41 seconds remaining. Obviously a lot of time on the clock. And obviously a lot of time for Mythical to study Pugtato's plays and really get prepared for the championship. And the championship is going to be a really nerve-wracking match between Pugtato and Mythical because these are two very talented players in TGW, and it'll be a very interesting match, as I just said.
Yeah, Adrian, I want to know. I want to know, after all these goals, do you still think he's a cheater? What do you believe? Why do you think he's a cheater?
Because he's committing to these maneuvers that are not possible. Look at this. Break it down for me, okay, and analyze it. How in the world can this car, and I understand Rocket League is physics-based and all that stuff, but it still doesn't mean that it can go all the way like that, like we just saw in the replay. I mean, there's twists and turns that I'm seeing here that are actually very, very, unconventional, if you ask me. Very different than the usual Rocket League maneuvers. This is the reason why I believe he's maybe a mod or a hacker, something like that, which is, again, the reason why he's winning his matches. It's ridiculous, like I said. He should not be in the championship matchup to face Mythical down the road.
So you think he sets himself up for better goals? Like, you think he has some kind of hack or something to do with that?
Well, you know what? It could be that, or he's paying the opponents to lose on purpose.
Well, either way, we need to look in the wide scheme of things, right? in the whole Rocket League community as a whole, no offense to Pugtato, but his gameplay compared to the Rocket League community itself isn't anything too special. Like, you see people doing way more crazy moves and have way better, I guess you could say, game sense in the game of Rocket League. But
okay, so they're all hackers too then. Okay. I didn't know most Rocket League players were hackers.
In TGW, Pugtato is definitely way above the skill ceiling in TGW. Pugtato and Mythical, which is why I'm saying that'll be a very interesting championship matchup between those two.
Questions for both the commentators here. What do you guys think? Pugtato, all these alleged cheating allegations. With all these alleged cheating allegations, how do you think it's going to work up against the champ?
Well, Pugtato taking it off the wall, making it 6-1. I mean, Adrian is saying that both Mythical and Pugtato are cheating, so, you know, I guess it'll be cheater versus cheater.
It's going to be a battle for the ages. I guess it's going to be a who's better at cheating match, as in your eyes, Adrian.
I think it's going to be the lesser of the two evils. I mean, I think Mythical is the lesser of the two evil, if you ask me. And Pugtato's going full speed ahead, and he just scored for the 7th time. But listen, I'll be serious for just a moment as well. I mean, this is very, very impressive if you ask me, despite the fact that I believe he's modding and such. But still, Pugtato is, yes, he's scoring. This is now his 7th time. So Mythical really needs to, honestly, he has to study. Going back to what Bland, you were actually mentioning this. You were saying that this is important for the champion himself to study the opponent, to find the proverbial bullseye. That way he can prepare for himself against a guy like Pugtato.
Pugtato is a very skilled opponent, and yeah, Mythical needs to study his moves very carefully and construct a playstyle to go against Pugtato if they want a chance at winning, because Pugtato obviously, I guess. Oh yeah, by the way, everyone, we have an interview with Pugtato after the stream, but we could ask Pugtato we could ask Pugtato if he's studying Mythical's moves and Mythical's gameplay, and see if there's any way to any way to beat him, I guess you could say. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we're actually having a clan battle, TGW versus the Renegades on Rainbow Six Siege. Make sure to tune in for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be thrilling. A hella battle.
Two main clans with egos gonna be clashing to try to see who's the better clan. Community.
For bragging rights, it's gonna be bragging rights. It is.
Well, we only have 20 seconds left of this matchup, thank God. Pugtato scoring for the 9th time.
Pugtato making it 9-1. And do you guys think he could score double digits before the match ends?
I mean, he can. You know what? He's swiping past these duos really quick. I mean, I know we only got 20 seconds. Sorry, I know we only got 20 seconds here, guys. But do you think any of these two guys on the orange team have any chance of making an appearance in any of the Rocket League championships?
Oh yeah, of course.
Maybe
if
down
they
the road.
Practice and really put their mind to it, anything is possible. They could down the road. Yeah, like Adrian said, down the road they for sure have a chance of making it into the Rocket League TGW scene.
As Pugtato scores now.
Pugtato scoring 9 goals to 1, winning the game there, and Pugtato is showing off to Mythical. He's not afraid of him.
Pugtato deserves a bag over his head, as do all the rest of the Rocket League players and the people who play video games. I mean, look at these people. They're literally deranged. They smell disgusting, as I stated before a couple of weeks back in the broadcast. They don't even take showers.
Well, I mean, that is a gamer stereotype, but we can't really say that for sure about the TGW members. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have an interview with Pugtato about the championship in Mythical. Pugtato, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Pugtato. I'm the #1 contender for the championship.
No, my first question for you, Pugtato, is...
Bland, I'm the broadcast journalist here. I have the broadcast journalism degree, so I'm going to take over from here on out. Bland, I hope you understand, if you want to take some notes to be a journalist, take some notes, because this is what a true journalist does. Asking the questions, the hard-hitting questions that everybody wants to know. Because a lot of people are actually asking the question, are you a cheater? Because, again, you were using maneuvers that seemed impossible last week in TGW. Are you a cheater, yes or no?
No.
And how can you say that when you're doing all these moves on Rocket League that don't seem possible anyway? Can you actually try to explain that?
I just play with confidence. I'm playing on console, and you can't get cheats on console, so...
Yeah, okay, sure. Anyway, listen, here's another question, though. I can't wait for next week. Next week it is going to be phenomenal. No, I do not like TTV Mythical. I don't like that guy, but it would be absolutely stunning to see him destroy you, manhandle you, for him to completely destroy you. Like I said, this would be the greatest thing in TGW history to see your downfall, Pugtato. My question to you is, how prepared are you for Mr. Mythical Demon?
I'd say I'm pretty prepared, but I think my greatest advantage is that Mythical is unprepared because his championship has been given to him on a silver platter, and now he's gonna have to fight for his food.
Yeah, well, it looks like you're going to be picking on the food as well. But, hey, picks, Bland, you're the lead announcer or what? I mean, come on, you can't ask questions? Come on, I'm letting you ask questions.
Oh, wait,
Go ahead.
okay.
Sorry, Pugtato. Pugtato, my question for you is, are you nervous for this championship that's coming up?
I think a lot of people expect me to put up a fight, but I think a lot more people are expecting Mythical to win, to defend himself. So I feel like I have a lot of confidence going into this because even if I lose, I can verse him as many times as I want, but he can only lose one time.
Yeah, of course. That's also a lot of pressure, right? Everyone is expecting you to lose, and you want to prove those people wrong. And it's a lot of pressure to prove them wrong, and prove yourself that you can come out on top.
Well, I understand, Pix, you have a question, and that will be the final question for this session.
Pugtato, I have a question for you. You were talking about competition, and you said you think you're the only real competition the champion's gonna face. Do you still think that you are the only real do you think you're the best competitor to go up against the champ?
I think a lot of other people have great potential, but I don't think they've met it yet. And I think as of right now, I am the best competitor to go against Mythical.
So you think it's the two best going at it, basically?
I would say so.
Okay.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was your interview with Pugtato.
Sorry, guys. Bland, I got to actually interrupt you because I got some breaking news. It looks like TGW Board of Directors are watching along, and they said that they would like to see a rematch between the two contestants of Mr. JT and his partner and company, of course, against Pugtato in a match one more time. So, Pugtato, you know what? You don't want to slip him in that proverbial banana peel, because if you do, you're going to lose all credibility. Good luck in this match coming up next.
No pressure.
The rematch that we were talking about here, Pix, and this is going to be quite interesting. We just talked to Pugtato moments ago, and he seemed very, very gleeful. He's very happy. He won the first matchup and such, but hey, listen, again, there is so much pressure on Pugtato. He does not want to slip up in that proverbial banana peel, as I just said. In fact, he just slipped up right there. It is a 2-on-1 predicament. I think he's actually, he's eating more than he can chew, as that saying goes, too.
Yeah. Adrian, like I asked Pugtato, do you think that Pugtato is the best contender for the champion?
No. Why?
You don't? Why?
Do you really think this guy deserves it? He doesn't deserve it. I said it's a fluke.
We've been looking at all the other roster. He's been doing pretty good. He's 2v1ing right now.
Okay, great. Yeah, sure. He won the match against Mr. JT and the Clark Bros in the handicap 2-on-1 matchup. It is a deficit in which Pugtato's facing, and yes, he did win. And it's impressive that he's still winning thus far. But still, something tells me that this guy is actually cheating. Somehow.
So you feel like he's gonna get slumped in the finals?
Well, perhaps so. If he's gonna have his cheat modes on, he's probably gonna win.
Well, either way, cheating or not, we do see a very amazing performance from Pugtato. He, like I said last broadcast, Pugtato was really going for style points instead of actually trying to win the match.
Yeah.
Really not really, playing as smart as he could be, going for style points, going for pinches and stuff, aerials, not really just trying his best to win the match itself, but going for freestyles, which, to each their own. Pugtato was obviously a lot better than these two opponents. So I guess he's in the right to go for freestyles, but still a little bit disrespectful to these two opponents.
I think it's the lack, or really why Pugtato's doing really good, besides the fact that he is good and he's facing the champion, is that I feel like these two people on the blue team, they're just not. They don't have the chemistry with each other. They're not skilled enough to go with each other. I mean, they're hitting balls off walls trying to get into the goal. And they can't do that. I don't feel like they built enough of a. They're both loose ends to a team.
Well,
I think you're wrong, actually, in my mind. Clark Bros and Mr. JT, in my mind, they actually do have chemistry. They can work well as a team. They're gelled together as a team. It's just that Pugtato's in the middle of all this, so that's basically the reason why they're losing.
Well, like what Blantaste said, he kind of said that Potatoes kind of go for skill points and like showboating a little bit, but you still think they have chemistry after all that?
Yes, absolutely. I love it. I love these two are the real deal, and you never know, down the road, they're probably future champions.
Oh, so
Well,
you're
I mean,
saying these
talking
guys
more
could
about
be
the-
future champions in your eyes?
Well, Mr. JT is, for one, I mean, he was close to becoming the champion. Blaine, you were going to say something.
Back to talking about the match itself. Pugtato about to score five consecutive points.
Damn.
5-0 against these two competitors. And
Okay, are you
know,
both
this
going to
is-
finally understand what I'm trying to say here when this guy is hacking?
Well, I mean,
Look at the replay.
Like
How is
I
that
said-
possible?
like I said, hacking or not, he's still putting up an impressive performance. And if you think Mythical is hacking, then it'll be hacker versus hacker. Again, in your opinion, it'll be hacker versus hacker the next Rocket League Championship against these
Adrian,
players,
that play that
Pugtato
we
and
saw.
Mythical.
Sorry.
And
That play that-
Pugtato making it 6-0.
That play that we saw earlier, Adrian, that you were calling how's the hacking, that could be just pure skill of Pugtato just trying out new
Oh
moves.
my god. Pure skill. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm about to puke. I'm about to puke for you calling that. Pure skill is, what are you talking about? This is called pure skill, just trying to cheat, turn on your mods on your computer, and actually help you and assist you throughout the matchup.
So
That's
you
what
don't
skill is
believe
all
what he was
about.
saying-
What are you
don't
talking
believe
about?
What he was
This
saying about cheating? You think he is cheating?
Yes. Listen, he's not going to go out in the open and say that he's cheating. But thankfully, the investigative journalist like me is able to just analyze this closely and give my analysis, a very truthful analysis at that.
As we see from here. I don't know, Adrian. It looks like skill to me. He's doing really well, Pugtato.
I mean, Pugtato is doing a very amazing performance, and the fact that Mr. JT and Clark Bros scored that goal against them last game, shows their chemistry and shows how well they work together. Because scoring one goal against a player of this skill caliber, was very impressive, especially because of how much higher skill level Pugtato is compared to these two competitors.
So what you're saying, Blantaste, is they probably need to work on it if they want to be champions. JT and
Yeah, of
Clark
course.
Bros.
Like, TGW may introduce tag teams in the future, so maybe
Yeah.
these two competitors will be very amazing competitors.
They just got
if they
to keep
do
practicing.
Yeah, of course. It could be.
Hey, I got to say something because as this matchup is rolling on, you already mentioned it at the beginning of the broadcast, but I do want to say real quick that the Renegades themselves sent a message earlier today. The board of directors want me to read this message. According to the Renegades, they are saying that the Gaming Weekly is going to finally see what it's like to be the loser in this time. So I actually, like I said, I applaud the Renegades for rising up and trying to target a big community like the Gaming Weekly. If you want to make a name for yourself, you target big communities. The only big community out there is the Gaming Weekly. I love the Gaming Weekly. It's the greatest one yet. But the Renegades, I can't fault them for going against TGW. That's all I got to say about that.
Well,
Adrian-
I do think they're making a really bad decision. TGW, as I said many times before, is full of very, very skilled competitors, and the Renegades choosing TGW to go against, very bad decision in my opinion. They're gonna lose really horribly, but they will get on the map. They will get some exposure, and if
Double
you're
digits.
talking about it in that way, then yeah, I agree with you. But if you think that they're gonna beat TGW, I wholeheartedly disagree.
So you think they made a
TGW
mistake? You think they made a mistake challenging us in Rainbow? That's what we're basically saying.
Well, not necessarily, because they're putting themselves on the map, as Adrian is saying, but they're
Yeah.
definitely gonna lose.
Ooh. Do you think it's to be a close matchup, or how do you think it's gonna play out?
It could be a close matchup. All I know is TGW will win it. TGW is a very strong community.
So you
They've been
think
known
we
to
just have
band
better
together
gamers
versus-
in general?
They've been known to band together against clans that attack TGW. So I think,
Chemistry, like we were talking about earlier.
yeah, of course. No matter what, TGW will come out on top. The Renegades.
Well, you know what? the Renegades, it's not that I'm rooting, well, I am rooting for them kind of, but it's not a clan battle in which that they can try to win. It's a clan battle in which they have to win because they've been talking nonstop. They've been saying that they're better than TGW. So tomorrow it's put up and shut up time. It's time for them to prove to themselves that they are the better community. There's a lot of pressure on them as opposed to the Gaming Weekly. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
But
as
we
many
are.
people say,
Yes.
if you
We
talk the
are
talk, you gotta
calling
walk the walk. So
Yes.
They got to prove to us that they're superior. It will see tomorrow.
Looks like Pugtato's trying to prove to everyone here that he is capable enough to face the champion down the road for the title on the line. He's not fooling me. He may have fooled you two, but he's not fooling me.
well, either way, we're seeing a more impressive performance from Pugtato than last game, scoring 11-0. When last game he only won 9-1.
I know when you're talking about him kind of showboating, he's just keeping the ball, doing aerials at the sky. As you can see, he took it back to do another one. He's just showboating at this point. I think he's just trying to just show how dominant he is, the champ. He's just showing how good he is.
He's showing how good he is. He's showing the entire TGW community.
He does have a chance against the champion.
Well, what are you going to say whenever he loses?
You guys
Desperate
can clown
attempt.
me all you want, but I feel like Pugtato has a really good chance of winning.
Desperate attempt from Mr. JT and Clark Bros to score at the end, but Pugtato ends up on top, 11-0, winning that second rematch between these two.
Good job of Blue Team, though. Keep fighting. Clark Bros and JT were just fighting the whole game. 11-0 might seem like, damn, like they got killed, but I mean they were fighting the whole time. We saw them playing the whole time, actually trying. Very good by both of those teammates.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you'd see most people in this situation, rage quit and leave the matchup. But these two are very, respectable members. They didn't do that. They put up a fight until the end, and you gotta respect it.
And maybe their practice can't see in the future.
You have to respect their admiration, the two of them. But anyway, the story now officially, it is cemented, ladies and gentlemen. It is Pugtato, the challenger, the champion, none other than Mythical Demon. And we're going to find out who's going to come out on top and be the champion in TGW. But the next big broadcast, it is the Renegades versus the Gaming Weekly. And man, again, for the Renegades, it is a must win. They can ill afford a loss. If they lose, they're done. This is actually more important for them to win compared to the Gaming Weekly, guys, because if the Gaming Weekly, say, for instance, hypothetically loses this clan battle, we're still going to be a community. We're still going to be running things. The Renegades, on the other hand, if they lose, they're done. They lost all credibility. They're not running anymore.
So what you're saying is, basically, we can't lose, is what you're saying. Is even if we lose, we don't lose, because we still have our community. If they lose, they're over.
What I'm saying is that the Renegades can't lose. That's what I'm saying. Because TGW could lose, we'll still be a community. We're already established. The Renegades are not. So, again, it's put up or shut up time for them because it is going to be important for them to make sure they win in that clan battle.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, either way, tomorrow, TGW versus Renegades. Make sure to tune in for that. That'll be a very historical moment in TGW. As always, me, Pix, and Adrian will be commentating that amazing matchup between these two clans. And with that, we'll end the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching TGW, and we will see you tomorrow.
Sorry, but we're not necessarily off the air just yet. Because what you're hearing in the background, ladies and gentlemen, is indeed a notification. And who is sending me a notification? It is none other than the anonymous executive. Because starting from here on out, the anonymous executive will indeed be talking through me. He will send messages throughout the broadcast. I will then read them out loud, and then we'll see what happens. In fact, he actually sent me his first message. And I quote, "Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to become anonymous because this is now my world. And you guys are going to see change, and you guys are going to see a completely new TGW. Wait until next week." Hey, wow, I mean, this is great. I mean, first off, this is awesome that he chose me to be the spokesman. This is going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, I mean, I think the anonymous executive, we don't know who he is, but the anonymous executive has one thing in mind, and that is to bring change to TGW. I must applaud this man, whoever he is, or it could be a she, but I applaud this person. So I think they're doing a pretty good job, whoever this person is, already running things.
Very interesting and exciting news to pick apart.
Yep.
You know, TGW will become a different place in the upcoming weeks. You know, that is very, very big news. And, you know, definitely interesting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, dreams can change up, friendships can be broken, anything can happen with this new, or wouldn't say new, but Adrian passing down messages for the anonymous executive.
Yep. And I'm also having word that the anonymous executive may have some influence tomorrow in the clan battle. What does that mean? Well, I guess find out. Bland, take us home, man, and the broadcast.
Well, as I said before, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into TGW. And again, tomorrow, TGW versus Renegades. Make sure to tune into that very historical moment in TGW's history. Thank you again for watching TGW, and we will see you guys tomorrow.